Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I'm Susan Cox, confidence creator and founder of Fiercely 50ish, where I help women embrace their style and finally feel good. And I'm so honored and excited to be here. And I want to thank Cindy for the invite and just excited to learn more about you all and your hard work, your businesses and everything. And I want to share with you how I feel style is part of your success. Um, and I'm excited to get started. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get this going here. Here we go. Technology is starting to work. Okay, so as promised, Cindy wanted me to share with all of you why style matters, personally and professionally, and especially in your business. And it truly does. And we're going to learn how we're going to learn about the simple secrets, the three of them, to saying goodbye to invisibility and hello to confidence, because we certainly don't want to be ignored or considered invisible at any age. So I want to ask you a question. Currently, what does your style this minute say about you? Have you ever thought about it in those terms? I don't know that maybe you have. I didn't used to until I decided that is a way that women can, our style is a way for women to communicate wherever we are, wherever we're going, or whatever we're doing without uttering a word. So think about that. What does your current style say about you? And how does what you're currently wearing from your wardrobe make you feel? Do you feel like this woman here? Do you feel like you're invisible? I'm here to tell you that stops right now, because we are relevant, we are needed, and we are necessary, especially now more than ever, and in your businesses and all the great things that you're doing. So what we do put on our bodies every single day matters, no matter what we're thinking, especially now in this pandemic. It matters now even more, because we don't want to get comfortable in yoga pants or sweatpants and not be how can we level our business up if we don't feel good, right? So there is a really straight line to that, because I'm sure that you've talked about it too throughout your time with Cindy, that your mindset does matter. And part of our mindset is how we feel about what we're wearing every day. And the exciting part is that we get to decide how we're going to feel every day by just simply what we're wearing. We're going to go into a lot more of this. And we've all heard about our manifestation and asking the universe or higher power for things and what we attract and positivity. Again, what we wear attracts what we want. So if you're not confident and your shoulders aren't back and showing strongly, what does that say about you? What will someone want to buy from you? Will someone take you seriously? And believe me, I'm only sharing this because I've been there before, where, they probably wouldn't want to buy something from me, and my whole body image and my whole posture and everything was very slouchy, and I wasn't comfortable in what I was wearing or my style, until I realized that does matter. It truly does matter. So again, let's read it again. What we wear attracts what we want. I want you to think about that. And what are you currently attracting? Are you getting all the business that you want? Are you creating great relationships in and outside of your business? Or maybe you want to change what you're attracting. Is that something that's happening with all of you right now? I'm here to tell you there's good news, because you can change your style and you can change your mind. And thank God for that, right? Because some of the things we cannot change that are going on in our world, but you can change your style and you can change your mind. So that's all great positive news. During our time today, I wanted to let you know what we're going to accomplish and what you'll learn. You're going to learn to be inspired, because when you're inspired, great things happen. You're going to learn how to open your style mind. And yes, we do have a style mind. We may not think we do, but we do. And you're going to be able to figure out the beginnings of defining your style based on what's important to you and what you like and what you love. So wanted to make sure that you understood what our goals were for today. And I wanted to share a quote from one of my favorite fashion designers, Diane von Furstenberg, who created the ever popular and continues to be very trendy and stylish wrap dress. She said that style is something each of us already has. All we need to do is find it. And that's what I'm here to help you do. I help clients of all ages, of all shapes, of all sizes find their style, because style is not something you buy, it's something you are. And it's going to be an extension of how you interact with others. And a lot of people don't think that's true, but look at the hard work that you're doing with your businesses. You just want to tap into then your style, because it will complete the circle. And I'm so excited to be able to be here today to show you how you can do that. So as I said earlier, my name is Susan Cox, and I am your confidence creator and founder of Fiercely 50ish. I am married. This was a picture of my husband and I this fall at a Notre Dame tailgater. You guys, I hope we get to do those again when fall happens. And I'm also enjoying this age, and I want you to enjoy whatever age you are right now, and really, really make it matter, because it does. You're the oldest you'll ever be, so it doesn't matter how old you are. You just want to enjoy where you are. And Fiercely 50ish started as a blog to help women just like you. I had been on the receiving end of what I thought were the dreaded ageism. You're going to fill in the blank for how it works for you, as to how your style currently is now. And maybe it's because of a situation or a circumstance, but this is my story and I wanted to share with you. But I realized that people thought I was old, and I wasn't going to take that sitting down. I'm not old. I'm still upright and I'm still breathing, just like all of you, right? No matter where you are with your business or your life. But I realized that other people were defining my relevance, and I was not going to let that happen again. So let's read this again. I wasn't going to lose sight of myself because somebody thought I was no longer relevant. That was not going to happen. Nope. So what I did was I wanted to figure out how I could help other women stop feeling how I was feeling. And I did some research. I'm a marketer, and didn't find anything really, except for all the Instagram accounts where women would pose in their clothes, and that was good for them, but it wasn't good for women. I mean, I didn't want women to feel badly about what they saw in others. And I realized there was a way to be able to do this, and that was to embrace style. So lucky for all of us, Fiercely 50ish is for all women of any age or place in your life who want to embrace their style and finally feel good. And it's worked really well with my clients, and I want it to work very well for you. And I'm not a stylist. I can style people, and I have, but I want to teach you. I don't shop for you. I want to teach you what resides in you, like Diane von Furstenberg was talking about, where you can make your decisions and your choices. Yes, I do have some rules, and I have some non-negotiables of what some styles are based on your body types and that kind of thing. And we can get into that a little bit later, but you are in charge of your style, just like you are in charge of your business. And this is what I wanted to share with you. So I want to share my story and how I embrace my style, so you can all do the same. So it's time to unveil that first secret. This is very exciting. I want you to all launch from inspiration, because the inspiration that you have hides in the strangest places. And one of the places that it's hiding right now, and maybe you're not allowing it to come out, is inside of you. Yes, that is true. So we have to define what makes us happy. And we want to make this a very simple process, because I think sometimes as women, we work so hard for others that we never look at ourselves, and we don't want it to be a drag or a stress. And it's a very positive step when we start to embrace our style. These are your rules, and you deserve to be happy. I'm going to say that again. When you embrace style, you are creating your rules, because your happiness matters and you deserve to be happy. Okay? Don't forget that. So why do we have to define what makes us happy? Because when we're happy, everything is better, right? When you're in a good mood. So that's why we want to launch some inspiration. So I want you to close your eyes right now and think about what and who makes you happy. And I'll give you just a minute to visualize that. Do you have those images in your head? I hope that you do. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I ask you what you're seeing when you're closing your eyes. So close your eyes, fall in love, and stay there. And I want you to remember this quote. You might want to take a screenshot of it, or if Cindy's going to upload this, have the presentation for you guys to have after this, that we want to always come back here no matter what our days are like or what's going on outside of our business worlds, because we're not always happy and we're not always inspired. But there's an easy way to do it, and this is it. Just close your eyes, fall in love, and stay there. Okay? So this is how I stopped the madness when I embraced my style, is that I decided I needed it to be, when I was going to launch some inspiration, I needed to be surrounded by happy. I needed to be surrounded by things that I love, because it just makes it a lot easier. Now that doesn't happen all of the time, but you can always go back to that spot when craziness happens. You want to go back to the perspective of launching from inspiration. And now it's your turn. So the ability to, sometimes this launching from inspiration concept can take a while, but you're probably masters at it because look how well you're all doing in your business. But write things down, take pictures, document everything. In fact, I may or may not have been, am guilty of walking right up to perfect strangers and asking them where they got an outfit or I loved their look. I mean, why not, right? Now you just do it with the mask 6 feet apart. But anyway, ask, because if you never ask, the answer is always no. So make sure that you're documenting what's making you inspired. Do a vision board. I don't care. Whatever's going to make you, that's going to support your positivity, because sometimes it takes a lot of work to be positive, but once you do, it's limitless. So now it's time for the second secret. I hope you're having fun, because I sure am. You want to pay attention to what's inside your world and even outside. And I want to take just a minute to talk about with what's going on with the coronavirus, is that before that, and I'm speaking from my perspective, I was crazy busy. I was always in a hurry to have a meeting or get from one location to the next, or a client or this, that, or the other. I didn't pay any attention. And I truly think that during these last several months of being quarantined, that some people aren't embracing it, but I did. I looked at it as the universe or a higher power telling us that we needed to slow down in so many different ways. And this is a great example of that, because when we run, and we have kids that need to be somewhere, or husbands or parents or significant others or partners, we don't take any time to see what's around us. And I can't tell you how important that is to embracing your style. So I want you to start taking in colors, patterns, textures, fabrics, yes, and even taste and smell inside and outside of our world. And now we can get outside because it's finally summer here in the Midwest. So just take things in that you may not have even thought about. And what are you not seeing? Okay. So figure out what you're attracted to inside and outside. So like, your wall colors, the way things are arranged in your home or other people's homes. Like, why do you like certain pictures? Do you like arranged in patterns of 3, or what do you like and why do you like it? Because there's so many things that are right in front of us that we may be ignoring, and we know we don't like the word ignore, because we do not want to be ignored when it comes to our style. So here's some advice that I want to give you. Remember just a couple minutes ago, I had you close your eyes. Now it's time to really open them and focus on what you like and what you're attracted to. So let this in, because it is part of the journey to embracing our style, and it's based on what we see and what we feel when we let this kind of thing in with the textures and fabrics. So here's some examples. For instance, I love paisley. I'm attracted to paisley. I just like how it makes me feel. Look at that room here. Do you like how that's set up? So, and textures of fabrics, like the way a table is set or laid out. Take walks in the park or Notre Dame or wherever you are. Why do you like that? And really stop and think. Do you like water? I mean, this all matters. It all matters when we're starting to put our wardrobes together and what makes us happy and what we get dressed doing every day. And here's some more textures and design. I have a client that was really attracted to these bushes. They're like boxwoods, and you see how like nubby they are, and they're kind of dense. And so we really looked at that, and that's why she likes all these big sweaters that work well for her body type, but they're nubby and they make her feel warm, and just like the boxwood bushes there. So take a look at things, with a new lens. It's okay, and what you like is what you like. Um, Again, have a sense of awe. Think back to when you were a child at 5, or you may have kids that are that age, or grandchildren, or nieces or nephews, or neighbor kids, but have fun with it, because that's what this is meant to be. We want to kind of erase everything we've always had a preconceived notion about, and just look at things with a whole new set of glasses. And again, write it down, take pictures, document, ask questions. You've got all what you need to make this happen. So, and then we want to consider why we like these things. Why do these matter to us? Are they in our lives now? How can we bring these into our style? As I just talked about with my client that really liked those boxwoods, and then that made sense why she liked all those nubby, comfy sweaters. So just figure that out, make the connection, because a lot of times we don't, and we just rotely go online or into stores and buy clothes that really don't reflect what we love or who we are. So think about that this week, please. And now it's time to unveil the third and final secret, and that is meeting your fashion persona. Do you know who she is? Did you even know she existed? Because I never did. And this was me. This is not really me, but this is a really good depiction of who I was before I let my fashion persona introduce herself to me. And I thought everything was just fine. And as you can see, it truly wasn't. And then one of the reasons was because I wasn't surrounded by happy. I'm going to tell you that one of these pictures, but I'm not going to tell you which, used to be my closet. And I wasn't happy for many reasons, but as you can see by these photos, I was in a bit of a rut with my fashion persona, because I didn't know she existed. And that was because I was a slave to fashion. Can anybody relate to that? I had to buy the most trendy outfits, and sometimes I wore them once, and I am ashamed to say that sometimes I never wore them at all. And I had a closet full of clothes that didn't know what to do with. And that was because I thought that the fashions, if they came out, I had to have them on my body. Well, that just wasn't true. So I had a closet full of clothes that I didn't wear, and I never really thought anything was wrong with that. I complained a lot, but I had no idea. And hopefully you're understanding what I'm talking about here. So to be perfectly honest about the fashion persona, who is she? I had no idea that she even existed. Now I want to show you that how I was able to meet her, and so you can do the same. So we do all have a fashion persona, and this is based on what we just unleashed, the unveiling of the second secret, to pay attention what's inside and outside of our world, because that helps to bring your fashion persona to life. And then you're there to meet her, because you're experiencing all these aha moments, and you have a much wider and clearer lens when looking to see what you like when it comes to style. So again, all those fabrics and textures and smells that we just talked about will help you meet your fashion persona. So now, drum roll please, it's time to meet her. And I'm giving you 4 examples of fashion personas. There's a couple more than that, but I didn't want to overwhelm everybody. And you will realize too that you are probably a combination of a couple of them, but here are some basic ones. The relaxed natural, as you can see in the photos here, that they're very low maintenance. You love cotton t-shirts or blouses, and you love the drapey, no restrictions fabrics like the drop waist dresses, and you really, really rock neutral colors. So if that's you, you're a relaxed natural. Congratulations. A classic. Do you like to be polished and prepared every day when you get dressed? That means you are a classic. You can rock the pearls and ballet flats and blazers and tweeds, and you love pencil skirts, and that's great. The third fashion persona is a romantic, and these fashion personas love their feminine side. So you love the twirly skirts, you like floral patterns, you may like the pale and blushing pinks, silk blouses, everything flowy. You can really dress your outfits up with pearls and antique jewelry, and you really love flattering fits in your femininity. So that's a romantic. And then finally, expressive. This could also be a trend, the trending fashion persona, but there's a couple different fashion personas in an expressive. So you feel that clothing is an art form, and that your body is your canvas. So you love, and every day can be different. You love bright colors, you love funky jewelry. You can be a bohemian hippie. You can dress in the 1950s or rock the 90s grunge. But every time you get dressed, you're in a different era. So you love anything from pearls to antique jewelry, and you feel that every day you can create a masterpiece by what you put on your body. So those are the 4 different fashion personas that we're going to talk about, that we're going to use for this presentation. Again, there's more, but these are pretty much the basics. So, and then there's more. So now that you've met your fashion persona, you want to get to know her. And again, you might want to add to that vision board that I talked about what matters to you inside and out, and why you like certain things. But what I want you to know here is that your fashion persona is all about you. It's time to put yourself first, because you are now gathering and collecting everything that you've done up to now. You want to look in the mirror every day and own you, because there's a second part to this fashion persona. You need to add your experience to rock your style, okay? A lot of times we're told that our life experience doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you different, because it truly does. I don't know if all of you are familiar with Iris Apfel. She's a fashion influencer, and she's in her upper 80s. And again, it doesn't matter what age, but I wanted to share with you her quote that really, if you don't know yourself, you'll never have great style. What's my style isn't your style. So remember that. Don't ever compare yourself to others, because when we compare ourselves, we rob ourselves of joy. So what our life has been and what it will be all needs to be included in our style. Okay? Don't forget, please. So I want to share a real life example of what that means on what our life experience means when it getting dressed every day. I just recently worked with a client who had told me that the 2 top priorities of embracing her style were pockets and comfort. And so we went through some exercises that I work with clients on group coaching and individually that will reveal that. And this is a perfect example of why her life experience matters when embracing what we want to wear every day. Well, it turns out she was a retired chef. So that makes complete sense. She was on her feet all day, so she needed comfortable shoes. And then she, with those chef jackets, she always had pockets, and because she was always going to take out a whisk, or she needed everything, that she needed to prepare great food within some pockets. So that made complete sense. And she was used to that, and that's what she liked. So we had a really great time finding some of those military jackets, like that utilitarian look. And then she loved when we found dresses for her that had pockets. Those are my new favorite things. Pockets in skirts and dresses are the best thing ever. So then she was able to feel very, not only comfortable, but just very stylish, because she was wearing what she loved and what was familiar to her without wearing her old chef outfit. So that is why what you do and what you've done matter to embracing your style. So remember, life experience is a style requirement. And then that's what makes our style unique, because all of us have had different experience. And we want to make sure that's part of our wardrobe. So now we have unlocked the 3 secrets to saying goodbye to invisibility and hello to confidence. Congratulations, you're on your way. You're on your way. And I hope that you found a lot of this information helpful and that you've learned something. And there's a lot more to this, as you might know, that we can't cover in just 30 minutes. We've opened some really pretty important doors as it relates to your style. Some of them might be a little scary, but I don't want them to be. And now it may be time to start to get maybe a little bit more serious about embracing your style, especially as you're leveling up or starting your business, whatever level. I think it's a good time to do that. So remember when I told you that you'll no longer be ignored or considered invisible, because you are relevant, needed, and necessary? And do you think that this is going to help you embrace your style? Do you want to feel more confident? I think I know the answer to these, because you're working very hard on your businesses. Isn't it time for you to do the same for yourself? Do you see this theme that we've been talking about through the last 30 minutes? Well, guess what? Today's your lucky day. And in the meantime, I have something for you. And I told Cindy I was so excited to be able to share this with all of you, because nobody else knows about it. In fact, it's so new that it's almost done. I have an online mini course for you that will be ready very soon. And it's called the Fiercely 50-ish ABCs of Creating the Perfect Outfit Every Day. That's a mouthful, but believe me, it helps. It'll change your game on how you get dressed. It will stop the stress of getting dressed every day, I promise. So do you currently walk in your closet and really, not only do you say you have nothing to wear, you really don't know how to put outfits together? Are you wearing the same outfits every day as far as like not changing them up? And what if I could tell you there was a formula to help you with that? And no longer when you walk into your closet saying, I have nothing to wear. Imagine how liberating that could be. So let me share with you what my clients are saying about this formula, as well as working with me in general. Working with Susan to embrace and understand my style has changed how I get dressed daily. She really breaks everything down and cares how I felt and worked with me to make changes that were comfortable for me. Now I am so confident with everything I wear from head to toe. Another client shared that she was making absolutely the wrong decisions for dressing, and she had no idea that she should be shopping for clothes that worked with her style, body type, and even more. Susan taught me this and has been life-changing. So we're going to do a live Q&A in a couple of days, and I want to take a deeper look into your style and want you to think about everything that we've just talked about in this presentation. And we'll have a question and answer session, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your questions and answering them. And then another thing that will be ready will be the mini course, and I can tell you how to more details about that. So let's work together. If you have any questions, here is my contact information, and I look forward to seeing you in just a couple days. So thank you so much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to sign off, and I look forward to seeing you all live on Zoom again very soon. Have a great week. Thanks.